Disaster has just happened. I've just dropped my camera in the water. I was just setting a shot up on the bank there and the tripod just dropped in. It's fully submerged it. So now it won't turn on at all. Oh, that's not good. So it looks like the rest of the video is going to be on my phone. Gutted. Welcome back to the channel anyway. Thanks for clicking on the video. Cheers for joining me for another camp. I've got a lovely little spot to show you today. Back out on the canoe, I'm going to paddle upstream. There's a little brick archway, like an old bridge that I'm going to camp under. Get a fire going. I've got some lovely food to cook up. I'm going to cook up some dirty, fully loaded fries. I've got all the bits for that. There is a wood behind it, but it's all pine, I think, off the top of my head. I've only been to the spot a couple of times and I've never stayed there. Shout out to Tinks Outdoors. I met him out on the river a couple of months ago when I was out paddling with Catherine. He recognised the channel, said he saw a few of the videos. He basically showed us the spot because he was camping there that night. A shout out to you, mate. So let's get paddling and I'll try and get over dropping this camera. I'm devastated. Just on the top of the water is absolutely riddled with midges. I thought they might have all disappeared by now, but yes, lads. I'm so glad it's not raining today. There's a little light breeze, but the sun's trying to come through the clouds, which is nice. There's a few sea biscuits up ahead. All right, boys. Not interested. Too hungry. Enjoy. I'm paddling up the river, so in the morning the current can just carry me all the way back. Yes, lads. Big poplars. There's quite a few oak trees down this little stretch of river as well. I saw about 6 kingfishers the last time I was on this stretch of river. We're getting close to the spot now. You can probably just about see a bridge in the background. My phone will let me show it. So that's where we're staying tonight. And there's the boudoir. Here's the spot then. We've got the woods behind us. Loads of materials in there. We've got a brick arch. I've just got the canoe tied down and I've brought my airbed, I've brought my Nature Hike airbed and I'm gonna go just off the middle so the droplets from the top don't fall straight on me and then from the side hopefully runs down. So I want to be aiming for about here somewhere. And then the river at the back. I've got my camera drying out on some eggs. I keep trying it but it's having none of it. Try and sort that out when I get home. Brought a chair with me as well. Catherine picked that up at a car boot for like £2. So that was a great find. I'm gonna have the fire at the back there. It's not looking too good in here. It looks like it could fall apart at any minute. So I don't really want to have any fire heat in there, heating all the brickwork up. So I'll have it just out the back. I brought the Solognac knife back out. Got it all sharpened up yesterday. I brought the mushroom book with me in case we spot any when we're walking through the woods. I think I'm going to waste no time and start collecting some firewood and get a good stock in. So let's go. Let's go and have a little explore. So the last time I came to this spot, I used this little track that leads to a few dead fallen, I think, off the top of my head. I can only apologise for the quality, guys. It was either this or not make a video, and I'm really enjoying making videos, so I still wanted to film with the phone. There's plenty of dead fern now, which makes great tinder. So we'll grab a load of that to help us start the fire. You definitely want to wear gloves with fern because it pierces straight through the skin. We'll take this oak limb with us, that's dead from there. Probably a couple of hours worth of firewood there. There's hundreds of woodlice on it. You can eat them as a protein snack if you were desperate. It's a little damp on the outside, but I'll heat that up by the fire and save it for the evening. Here's the silver birch trees that I saw from the river. And as I said, there's a pine woods behind. And it's a combination that never fails. Bit of fat wood or resin, bit of birch bark. It's a winner every time. Bit of oak, birch, poplar and pine then. I just got a little carried away walking into the camp and stung all my forehead and face off the stinging nettles. This has got to be in the top 3 at the minute. Sometimes you can get away with just using the back of your saw or the back of your knife to scrape away the moist outside layer. So now we'll go and look for some fat wood. We're always trying to look for wood that's off the ground so it doesn't get moist on the floor and start rotting quicker. So anything angled or fallen over without touching the floor is what you're looking for. So I said I'd be doing some fully loaded dirty fries tonight, and I almost forgot the first thing, to soak the potatoes. I'm going to leave them for most of the day now, and then I'll deep fry them twice, once on a lower temperature and once on a high temperature, just so they cook properly in the middle and then we get a nice crispy outside. Nope. This will probably make some good straight logs. So we've got 3 pretty average pieces of fat wood, and then our long dead bit to take back to make into logs. Here's the chair then. Boosh. Let me go grab a beer. So I'm back on an old favourite, the Vocation Hop, Skip and Juice. They've changed the tin though. I'm not sure why. I think I preferred the old tin, but it's a good one. Just got a couple of feather sticks, and then I'm just adding a few more curls, and then I'll get a bit of that fat wood in there. Added a few pieces of oak onto there, and then a few split bits of pine as well. I found a few bricks, so I made a little firewall thing. The rain stopped. I'm just finishing my beer. I've been processing a little bit of wood. I'm starting to get a little bit peckish, but I'm going to hold out until it starts to get dark, I think. It is making the tunnel a little warmer. Obviously I haven't got big firewalls bouncing the heat back in, but it's doing a good enough job as it is. I'm just trying to dry my camera out a little bit. I've got everything open, battery out, lens off. I don't want to melt anything, but if I can get a bit of heat up into that circuit board, it might just survive. I'll do the old bag of rice trick as well when I get home. Put it in there, leave it for 10 days or so, let it really dry out. So the first drink in the cookser is the hazy guava. Cheers. I want to keep using this so it collects all the flavours from the ales. So I'm just burning a little bit of poplar. Poplar burns really hot, but it doesn't last very long. But we've got plenty of wood in stock. I think one of the best things about camping is no matter what's going on in your life, you can just leave it at home. Back out camping in Norfolk, so had to be a worry for me. So I was going to make a self-feeding fire today, but the trees haven't really offered it to me, if you know what I mean. So I've got a spot in mind which I'll go to next week or maybe the week after, and we'll do a self-feeding fire. So I get quite a lot of messages from people asking if I want to go camping with them and stuff like that. So I was thinking at home the other day, would anyone be up for doing like a community meetup after Christmas? If anybody out there's got any land, any woodland, or even just a field, and we'll do like a bring your own beer and food sort of thing, we could do a bit of a community meetup, which I think would be pretty cool. Yeah, stick it in the comments or something if you've got any land or you'd be up for it. I don't mind renting somewhere if I need to for a weekend. You know, I might have to rent a bit of land if nobody's got any, but I'm just thinking of ways that we can do it, like a big camp together. I'm going to be carrying on with the permanent shelter build next week, I think. We'll get back to that, do a little bit more digging and start thinking about getting the roof in and stuff. But I want this permanent camp to be like a bushcraft utopia. I'm just going to keep adding to it. We'll just keep building stuff. I better start prepping my food now, really, eh? So I've chopped up all the potatoes now. I'm going to put some veg oil in the billy can and then bring that up to temperature, and then we'll drop the potatoes in. Well, we got some spring onion, some red onion, bacon, cheese, parsley. I need to prep all that. This one's so good. Extra mature to go in with a little bit of seasoning. The bacon's pretty much done. The chips have had their first cook. The spring onion is ready to go in with the bacon. Parsley's there ready. Got to add the cheese. I'm going to put the chips on for their second cook right on the embers, so the billy can gets nice and hot and it crisps up the outside of the fries. There you go, my first attempt at dirty fries. And they're crispy as well, which was what I was going for, because I like my fries crispy. If you know, you know. It was a little cold last night. Definitely felt the temperature. I was going to put a basher hanging down from there, but because there was no wind, I thought it was a little bit pointless. But I still had a good night's sleep. I didn't wake up or anything. It's just this morning I opened my eyes and I was like, wow, it's cold out here. If you've never come out wild camping before, I can't urge you enough to come and do it. There's just nothing like it. Just thought we'd go on a little morning walk, just to get the blood flowing. How was your night, Mr. Sherwood Quick Quiver? You're starting to look a little bit weathered, brother. There we go, we're all packed up. Leaving no trace, as always. So it should be a nice little paddle back down river, back to the van. Bye, camp. I might not do much paddling and just let it take me, just steer myself along. Ironically, I've been sent a GoPro style camera as well by Campfire. I'll let you guys make your minds up on what you think of the quality. I haven't used it yet because they knew I was doing the charity walk and they knew my camera wasn't waterproof. Oh. I'll leave the link in the description. Doesn't get more peaceful than this, does it? Morning. Whenever I'm camping and I start to get close to the car or the van, I always get a little bit nervous and hope that it's still there, especially with the camper van, for obvious reasons. It's a big heron. These horses look so happy this morning. They've been jumping around, flicking their heads back, kicking their legs out, just running around chasing each other. There's a kingfisher just at the bottom of that tree. It'd be really cool if you hit the subscribe button. I really want as many people as possible to see the videos I put out about the charity walk that I'm doing. All the information about that I'll leave in the description because most of you will have heard it 100 times by now. But yeah, it'd be cool if you hit subscribe. Thanks very much. There's no midges on the water this morning. I'm guessing it's a little too cold for them. Everything was frozen at home this morning apparently. All the cars were icy. I thought it felt cold. Back at base. We've made it back and I can see that the van's still there as well, so chuffed about that. Well, I'm back at the van now, we're all loaded up, good to go. Canoe's in there. Thank you so much for watching the video. Look after yourselves, peace and love, and I'll see you next week.